I've been sharing this recently with members in our community and they have been loving it. So I thought, why don't I just do an episode on this spiritual gift? Recently, I've been going through my own personal healing journey when it comes to the divine masculine and divine feminine. And in it, there's been a lot that's been revealed to me. And one of those things is that I have a number of spiritual gifts. You probably do as well. We all do, and there are different nuances to it. And so one of the gifts is that I'd be a good channel. Oh my gosh, and what does that mean? Oh my goodness. So when I first received this message, came through a dream, I did not really feel comfortable with it. But then upon reflection, I realized, well, I've actually been reading a number of books over the years that have been channeled. I enjoy watching people who channel and are connected to source or angels or beings, and there's just this fascination and a resonance. But I never thought of myself as a channel or tapping into and accessing different beings in that way. I guess I had some judgment around it. I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. I think it's great that other people do this and I can enjoy it through them, but I don't want to be doing that. But what's been fascinating is I feel like it's a spectrum, and we all have intuition. And this is what one of my beautiful mentors shared with me, and that our intuition is how we connect with the spirit realm, how there's this communication. And so when we strengthen our intuition, we have even greater and greater access to it. So we have all had moments where intuitively we knew that something was right for us or not right for us, or take that umbrella out for the day, even though it doesn't look like there's a cloud in the sky, and just different intuitive hits and moments, right? So we can all relate to that. And then in terms of other spiritual gifts, it's like a spectrum of that. So, and it can be expressed in different ways. So why did I have that judgment? I was like, I don't know. Do I want to be seen that way? It kind of freaks me out. It challenged a lot of beliefs and perceptions and judgments that I had within myself. So here I am. I've started to share it with my members who I work very closely with, and they just loved it. So I took that as a good sign, and I felt like, okay, well, if this is part of what I've been given, I might as well share. So I think what I'll do is I will go into a pretty meditative, calm state, and then channel what comes through. I haven't done this too much, so I'm inviting you to join me in this journey. And or I haven't done this very formally, I should say. But what I have connected most easily with or are the elements and Mother Earth. So very likely that's where we'll go. And the process has been that I just get relaxed and I tune in, and I can see and feel images, and I share what I am seeing. And the images will be symbolic representations of aspects within ourselves, and we can enjoy or we can learn something from that. So I'll get myself into a state, and then I'll share. Today, members in the group were kind of wrestling with outer circumstances being unexpected or not what they were planning or hoping for or wanting, and how to navigate through that so you still have your sense of calm and can start to build a more positive momentum. So basically the question was, how do I not let the circumstance control me? And so I think this would be helpful for everyone. We all go through periods or seasons in our life when it doesn't seem like things are going your way or that the circumstances what you would prefer. And it can be in any area of your life, your health, your business, your finances, relationships. And so it's one of those universal themes. Like, how do you stay in charge no matter what the circumstance? So I thought I would tune in and see what comes through, see what wisdom comes through. There are many teachings and experiences that are flowing through, all for your benefit and higher good. Everything is working out for you, but it's in your recognition of that. And you get to decide how you choose to perceive things. You get to decide what your inner experience of anything is. You get to choose your emotions. You get to choose the perspective. And so there is quite a lot of choice in this when it seems like in the outside world, it doesn't look like you would have chosen a certain circumstance. Navigating the inner world is why you're here. Navigating the inner world to move through, experience the highs and the lows, the emotions, the thoughts, and then to use your discernment to understand whether or not you would like to keep going with a certain pattern, or if you would like to shift it for yourself. So when it comes to looking at external circumstances, you get to choose whether you are on the roller coaster of the circumstance. If it's going well, do you feel well? If it's taking a downward turn, do you take that downward turn and go very low with your emotions and vibration? That's up to you. You get choice in this. If you prefer not to, if you prefer to be much more the observer of circumstance, you can witness and see all kinds of things happening outside of you, but you can maintain a sense of calm and even neutrality, where you're just witness to it. And whatever meaning you give is totally up to you. So feeling like and understanding that you have the power to choose how you're perceiving something and the lens with which you're looking at a situation is all within your control. You might be experiencing a lot of contrast, discomfort, difficult challenges, and it's to help you to sharpen this ability. It's to help you to guide you through and to give you this opportunity to connect with your inner power of choosing how you experience anything. So there's the question of, what about all the disastrous, difficult things that are happening on the earth right now and with its people? So this is the same principle, the same idea of not allowing the circumstance to control your personal experience. You might be witnessing and hearing about and seeing difficulties or perceived difficulties, or what you would automatically assume are very difficult, trying situations happening in the world, both naturally and through levels of conflict. But if there is a different, higher perspective that you choose for yourself, to then see that there are waves of experience in the natural world where things grow, things can catch fire and be burnt to the ground to produce ashes, to then form the raw materials for new growth to happen. When you understand that there's a cyclical nature of a wave, where things rise and fall to then rise again, you'll understand that this is a part of nature. That perceived destruction through a fire, for example, through a forest, is not necessarily a bad thing. And in fact, it might be just what is required and needed for the transformation of that part of the earth. Could be a process of clearing, of cleansing, of transmuting, to allow for new space, for new growth. That's one small example. This can be applied to many other processes and circumstances that are happening right now. So it's up to you to choose how you see it. Are you going to harvest the good? Are you going to choose to see the good and regenerative nature of this? Or will you choose to fight it and resist it and judge it and decide that it is a bad thing? Really, there's the good and bad potential in everything, so the sum total of that is a neutrality. And you can choose to color it and define your experience of it. Two people could be looking at the same thing, same circumstance on the external world, but have two completely different experiences. One will feel like it's devastating and it's terrible and it's a problem. And another person will see that there's opportunity here, that there's some goods to be found. So the moment is now, this opportunity for you to really examine this within yourself and make that call, make that choice within you to decide, will you be the person who is going to see terrible things and devastation, or will you be the person who will choose to see the good in all? Okay, I always feel relaxed coming out of that. So this was different. The questions are good. The questions are good. Asking deliberate question seems to engage with some answers. So the process of that for me today was I was accessing my higher self with some directed questions and then sharing the answer as it was flowing through. I wasn't really sure where this one was going, but this was fun. This is fun. So let me know if this was interesting to you, if you resonated with the message, and perhaps you have some questions. And if you do, you can go ahead and pop them into the chat. And I may or may not be able to get to some of them, and I'll tune in to see which question would be most valuable to explore. Okay, I feel like I'm stepping into the light now and getting slightly uncomfortable, but I actually feel pretty good right now. So it felt pretty easy and natural. And so if this was interesting to you, if you resonated with this, let me know, and I'll see about incorporating more of these channeled messages. Questions are always great because then we have something to work with. And so if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe to this, share this with friends, and until next time, I'm Serenity Iris. I will talk to you soon.